Hello and welcome to Blender Bite Size. In this video I'll be showing you how to make this material procedurally in Blender. Feeling lazy? You can support this channel and skip the hard work by grabbing the blend file for this material from Gumroad for just £1. Feeling flush? Feel free to throw some of that coin my way using the coffee link in the description below the video. Okay, let's get fruity. So I have an object loaded. I'm in the shading tab. I'm going to enable viewport shading, and I have already applied a principled shader to the object. So we've got a few things to do and a few nodes to add, but first in the principled shader I am going to change the subsurface to 1. Specular, in fact actually I'm going to change the subsurface method to Christensen-Burley, the specular to 0.75 and the roughness to 0.4. I'm going to change the clear coat to 0.5 and clear coat roughness to 0.35, and I think I'm going to leave everything else as it is for now. Actually no, one more change. The alpha I'm going to change to 0.9. So it's teeny tiny bit of see-throughness. Okay, what's next? We first need to add some bump. So Shift A and search for a bump node. That will get plugged into the normal of the main shader. And we need to add some form of texture to that, so I will add a noise texture, and the factor from that is going to go into the height of the bump node. Now that, as you see, is way too much, so we're going to change the strength to 0.3, the distance to 0.1, and on the noise texture itself, scale to 60, detail to 5, roughness to 0.4 and distortion to 0.15, and you can already see that sort of dimpling effect taking place. Now for the actual color, what I am going to do is add an RGB node. Now you could just change this color, but I want to mix it with something else, so I'm going to use that RGB node plus a mix RGB shader. I added a mix shader by accident. I need the mix RGB shader. There we go. So the color from that is going to go into color 1. And just for now we can change this. Let's just use a hex code for orange, which would be FA8B36. I don't know these off by heart, despite what that just looked like. That's not even going to go in the base color, that's going to go in the subsurface color, because that's where all the colors coming from in this. Right, so for the little dimply freckles, I'm going to add a Voronoi texture and a color ramp. Oops, didn't mean to add it in there. Stop it. Let's bring these two down a bit. There we go. Now the distance from the Voronoi is going to go into the factor of the color ramp, and we're going to take the color from the color ramp and plug it into color 2 of that mix shader. Now you can already see sort of large freckled areas, but I want to decrease that considerably, so I'm going to zoom in a bit and I'm going to Control Shift and click on the color ramp itself so that I can see what's happening just to the Voronoi texture. This will only work obviously if you have the Node Wrangler add-on enabled, so if you haven't, go and enable that in your preferences. So we're going to change the feature output to smooth F1. and the scale to 500 and leave the other two settings as they are. On the color ramp, we're changing the interpolation mode to constant and bringing this white value somewhere over here. Let's say 0.25. Now if I zoom in, you'll see all this sort of freckly, spotty stuff, and that's basically going to add some realism at least to the overall texture. So let's go back to the principled shader as the output, and I need to change the blending mode on the mix RGB to value. And boom, you've got color and texture and those wee little freckles. So that, I think, is about all the stuff that you actually need to create the citrus fruit texture. Now, of course, you could change this value to a lemon yellow or a lime green to create various other different types of citrus fruits, but that's the general setup for a basic rough and ready citrus fruit texture. So I'm going to send that to render. I'm using the Cycles render engine, 1000 samples, and I've got denoising enabled. So let's see what we come out with. Okay, there we go. Looks good to me. In fact, looks good enough to eat. Alright, so if you've enjoyed the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Of course, subscribe for future content, and in the meantime, thanks for watching.